Some cats are warm, curious, fun-loving creatures that provide enjoyment and comfort to all who experience them. Some cats are prickly, aloof little dumpsters that only bring agony and irritation to those with the displeasure of sharing a domicile with them. Just as cats can be categorized into two camps generally, so can games for most players, good and bad. Though I generally classify games as terrible, okay but not great, really good, and masterpieces because I'm more complex. Anyway, in keeping with that analogy is Stray, the new adventure game from Blue 12 Studio and published by Annapurna Interactive. A comfort or a dumpster? Good or bad? Well, in the first hour or so I've played of it, I can say it's definitely in the former category, and is certainly one of the most unique games I've played this year and in a long time. Stray sees you taking on the role of an orange cat that looks a lot like my own cat, Winnie. See the resemblance? So cute! The cat is separated from its group that watches coldly as he falls into a pit in a scene that fully reminded me of The Lion King. Don't believe me? Watch this.
Long live the king.
And he lands in a strange cyberpunk-inspired world. Oh no, he's hurt! No! Okay, he's fine. Whew. Okay, anyway, the futuristic surroundings seem inspired by the city of Kowloon in Hong Kong, which, like so many cyberpunk games and movies, owes so much of its look to Ridley Scott's Blade Runner, except that, from what I've played, there are no humans. Only machines. Oh, and little squishy turdzits with eyes that bounce and try to eat you called Zerks. Yes, they did end up killing me at one point, and I felt terrible for the kitty. Anyway, it seems apparent that robots are all that's left in the city, the humans having disappeared a long time before, allowing the robots, called companions, to gain sentience. You're joined in your journey by a floating robot combo of an Archillian from Men in Black's head and an Xbox 360 controller named B12. Wonder where that name came from! And he has amnesia, apparently. From the footage recorded and the extra parts I've played since and didn't record, it becomes apparent that the robots have formed a society in this underground city they're trapped in, and it becomes your mission to help them get to the surface. So, what I found to be the most important aspect of this game, and one that is sometimes hard for many modern games to make feel fresh and unique, is atmosphere. It's oozing with it, and I don't mean just the turdzits. Say it with me. Turdzits. It's a beautiful game to look at to me, a non-graphic snob, especially for an indie title. The earlier parts with the overgrowth reminded me a lot of The Last of Us, and once you're underground, you get a really uneasy feeling from the emptiness. Even with the robots, who themselves provide an odd sense of comfort, the game has a unique mix of cuteness and dread. The music is also atmospheric and suits what's going on well. I just look forward to exploring more of the city's mysteries. In terms of gameplay, the adventure is very linear thus far and definitely accomplishes what it sets out to do, and that's make you feel like a cat. You can claw trees and carpets, knock things over, rub against legs, curl up and sleep. There's even a freaking button mapped to meowing. Oh my god, so cute! It does feel a bit restrictive in that you're not allowed to jump freely, instead relying on button prompts to jump from thing to thing, but aside from that, it does the whole cat thing well. It's even great to feel the purring on the PS5 controller when the kitty is happy. Many of the cat traits are useful with puzzles that mainly force you to figure out how to navigate out of an area, which adds to the overall feel of being a cat. I can't say any more about how immersive it felt. So far, with B12 and the harness backpack on your body, which leads to a funny gag of how every cat first reacts to anything on their bodies. You collect items to use for puzzles and the like. You can ask B12 for help and he can scan pictures or signs and translate them for you. It's all neat stuff. I've even run across some shop owners that ask you to trade items like soda cans to purchase things. I do want to add, however, that this isn't an adventure game with speech. So those of you who don't like reading, well, learn, you heathens! And lastly, I was able to get this game for free as a premium subscriber to PS Plus, but I don't know if $30 is worth it or not for the game, seeing as how many critics talked about its really short length. I leave that up to you though. Just saying. So, as I said in the beginning, this is a fun game. I can't exactly recommend it to everyone, however, because, again, it's an adventure game, so it's meant for enthusiasts in that regard and isn't action heavy. but it has a great premise, wonderful atmosphere, and is just plain interesting. Being one of the most unique, I keep saying that a lot, unique science fiction games out there. So if you're an animal lover and happen to like cyberpunk stuff as well, then check this one out. Anyway, that's all for me. Later!